Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your Rune Elemental readings for the week of April 26th through May 2nd. These are general readings, so take what works for you, leave the rest for someone else. If you've never had your charts read, you can check out in the description. There is a natal interpretation chart from Llewellyn. It's not sponsored, it's just a convenient one you can find if you are looking. And then there's a couple other things down there that do support the channel if you click on those. And if you're curious as to why I read for the elements instead of the zodiac, I did a video on that, link in the description. But with that, we will get started here with our fire family. Fire covers the zodiac signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So if you are Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, this one is for you, or if you have fire high up in your chart. So we are starting you off with the Inga's rune, which is the rune of fertility. Color is yellow. Tarot association is judgment, so balance and discernment. And astrology is the new moon. This is a completion of ideas or projects, a new beginning, a time of positive energies, good fortune. So fire, this week is a very, I keep hearing the word fertile week for you. Like there's something here that you have been preparing for. There's this energy that's coming up that you've been planning. There's been like a long-term goal that you've been trying to kind of poke at with a stick. This week, it's like it's going to pop into its next form. So there is definitely this momentum that's been building, and I believe if you check the last week or 2 weeks even, you'll see this fertility energy just keeps building. So fire, there's something going on here. You're about to have a major shift or transformation is what I'm hearing, or it could be that you're just putting more and more effort into this project that you're working on because something is getting close to a full revealing for you. Your second rune, this is interesting, is the Laguz rune, which is a rune of water. Colors deep green. Tarot association is the star, and astrology is the moon. So you're bringing in some stellar and galactic energy. It's your unconscious intuition and mystery, psychic awareness, hidden sources of creativity. Fire, if you have been pushing and pushing and pushing, doing all the outwardly world versions of everything where it's like planning and organizing and running around and doing the errands and doing all the things, this is a week where you might have to do a little more internal searching. Is there something that you're missing? Is there a part in your energetic state that is not quite clicking in? Like you keep putting all this effort forward, you see this thing building, you see this energy bubble forming, but it's like it's not hatching for you. And that's where the Laguz energy is coming in. It's saying maybe what you're looking for is not in the action that you're taking in the physical world. Maybe it's more of an intuitive thing. Maybe it's more of a meditative thing. So you might be doing some dream work this week. You might get some inspired dreams, or just be aware that Source is going to be communicating with you in ways that you're not as familiar with. Fire, your opposite is water, but water controls the subconscious, and that's the energy that's being called upon in this week. Is yes, you have this creative ball that just keeps rolling forward, and it's been going for a couple of weeks now, if not more, and now you're getting close to that edge, and it's now saying check in. You've got all the stuff set up. There's something this week that needs to be brought to the forefront out of your subconscious. There's a message coming through, either from a guide, a guardian, God source, but there's something that's not quite clicking, and you know you're missing this piece, and that's where the meditation and the intuitive side are going to come to be so important for you. So let's hop over to our Earth family. I gotta move something real quick because it's in the way. Sorry. And Earth covers the zodiac signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So if you're Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or have Earth high up in your chart, here we go. We are the Anzus rune, which is the rune of the ancestral, and the rune of the god Odin. Colors dark blue. Tarot association is death. Doesn't mean what you think. And the astrology is Mercury. This is a wisdom and help from someone older, magic, psychic powers, initiation. And there's also this energy of Something is being cleared out to make way for something better. And with the energy of death and with the god Odin coming up here, there's this I keep hearing the word sacrifice, so you may have to let go of something that you thought was important because it's time to grab onto something new. If you haven't read the lore on Odin, he sacrificed an eye to gain the wisdom of the world. He was able to see and understand anything, anywhere, all the time. And with the death card, it's usually saying it's time to let something go. It could be a habit, it could be a situation, it could be something that, like a thought pattern. Sometimes that's what comes up here. But what I'm feeling for you, Earth, is you're in a period of transformation, obviously. That's what a lot of this means. And it's something that's been ancestral, something that you've known about for a while, or something that's been drawn through you. You could be the one who's being called to clear out some ancestral patterns. You may get to do some ancestral line clearing, which is both forward and back. And if that's the case, you're a lucky one, but I also am going to say, do lots of prayer because that kind of clearing can be very jarring at times. You're going to be the one who's the catalyst for all of this, but it's going to travel both directions. So even as you heal and you're allowing this energy to travel back through the family line, your mom, your dad, your grandparents, things like that, they're all going to have a rippled effect from what you're doing. So you're in a really powerful but also possibly confusing location this week, Earth, but you're capable of handling it. You're very strong, stable. That's an Earth trait. So as you go through this, understand, yeah, it may not be the most comfortable thing in the world, but you have the strength to handle this. So your second rune, gotta get my little book here, is the Isa rune, the rune of ice. Your color is black, your tarot association is the Hermit, and astrology is the moon. This is an obstacle, a coldness between people, a time to observe but keep silent, refraining from comment. The best healing is done in silence. Just kind of how it works. But when you have these two coming together, it's saying that this death aspect could be a little bit of a struggle. It could be something that needs to be dealt with, but you're not sure how to do it. When Isa's coming forward with the Hermit, it's saying you're not going to get this advice from someone else. You might get a little bit of guidance from someone older. That's the Anzus. Sorry, I'm on a different page now. Yes, the Anzus can be tapping into that someone who's older, and that could be a physical older person like a mentor or a teacher, or it could be a spirit guide or guardian. But with Isa calling you away and working with the energy of the moon, this is subconscious work. So you're going to need some quiet time to review, to reflect, to recover from this energy that's coming in here. And it doesn't so much, I'm not getting this impression that it's going to be a hostile situation between you and others. The coldness is already there. That's what I'm hearing quite loudly. So if this is you, be aware of this. The coldness between people, and I'm hearing this with that family stuff that's going on here, that's already there. When you step away and you allow the energy of the Hermit and Odin and the death energy come through, it's going to call forth the healing. That healing is going to cause a ripple effect. You may have spontaneous conversations with people that you thought had cut you off. They didn't. They just the situation needed to be healed. And it could be that you transform in this healing, which ripples out, or it could be that you call in this healing and it heals the entire line. So it may not even be your problem to handle, but you're calling in the healing for the bloodline. So there's a lot of different ways to view your energy this week, Earth, but the big one that keeps coming in is it's time to let go of things that no longer serve you. That may be uncomfortable this week, but the reason is there is a great deal of opportunity and warming up some of those icy aspects of life that may need to be healed so that you can move forward. Maybe some forgiveness that needs to go through, things like that. So as you're watching this or listening to this, whichever person comes to your mind first, ask Source how to step forward. It could be that you sit in your home and you meditate and you do the forgiveness practices from home and you never actually speak to this person. That's fine. But see what works for you and what's coming up, because there is this impression here of it's time to melt the ice, but you're going to have to do that by stepping away from the rest of the crowd. So let's hop over to our air family. Air covers the zodiac of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. If you are Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or again, have air in your high in your chart, this one's for you. And I have to flip the page here. My poor little book is falling apart. Your first rune is Tiawaz, or Tyr, the god of war's rune. Color is bright red. Tarot association is justice, and astrology is Libra. So this is air. This is your energy, courage, and energy in general. The power to weave the patterns of your own life. Air, what do you want to create? What have you been trying to build? What is it that has been driving you bonkers with questions and you can't quite pin down the answer? What is it that you have to bring together the solution and weave your web, so to speak? And that's what this energy is. There may be a little bit of a battle that goes on between the mental and emotional state, because the emotions are, I feel everything, in your logical, analytical side is like, dude, here's some blocks, go away. So you may have a little bit of that back and forth battle between mental and emotional. But what I'm feeling with this one is it's time to weave things together. Like, you kind of know the steps you need, but now it's time to get clear. What is it you want to create? What is it that you're ready to start building? And that could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be taking your current job, applying for that promotion, it could be filling out that resume. Whatever it is, this is the time for you to get clear and start to take physical action. And they keep saying the word anxiety is not your problem. Like, anxiety is not your deal. Like, if you're feeling anxious, set that aside. That's not where that doesn't serve you, and that's kind of a foreign energy for you, like someone else is trying to project it onto you. So push that away. Your second rune is the Manaz rune, the rune of man. Color is deep red. Do you have red on both of these? Sorry. I think you're... So red's your color this week. If you can wear red, I cannot. But if you can wear red, Air, this would be a time to wear that. And your tarot association is magician. Astrology is Jupiter. Humankind, wisdom held in the body, mind and body working together as one. We've just discussed that. Knowledge, memory, and interdependence of the masculine and feminine within. Air, this is your time to really tap into that kind of Libra energy, that more balancing energy. You may have to carry the emotions. So if you got Aquarius going on, that could be you as well. You have to carry something for someone else, but it's not the be-all end-all. And that's where this energy of balancing the mind and body, balancing the mind and emotions, this is a call to get things in line and then take action following that. And you may have to take the action to trigger the balance to fall into place. Like, balancing a teeter-totter is kind of obnoxious. But when you stand in the middle of it, all of a sudden it stabilizes. So you may have to take some action here to trigger the balance if it doesn't settle on its own. But these two energies, with the god of war and with the energy of humanity, this is finding peace within, finding the balance within to mirror without. There are times where you may have to step up and be a little more aggressive, a little more god of war-ish, but then there's other times where showing your humanity is a form of compassion, is a form of understanding of the other person. And that's where you're being given a unique opportunity this week to reveal, revel in, and express the will of the Creator in a way that allows others to see the reflection of this divine aspect in you, because you are looking at when to push, when to pull, when to fight, when to stop, how to show compassion even when it means the aspect of tough love. So Air, you've got a pretty hefty weight going on here, but I keep feeling you're ready for this. You know it needs to happen, and you're going to put your foot down this week and say enough's enough and we're going to fix this. So let me know in the comments on that one, Eric, because that's going to be an interesting week for you. And on that note, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and comment. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and impressions. So we are going to hop into our last energy, and that is water. Water covers the zodiac signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, so all of our fishies out there. And water, you are starting off with, oh, that's interesting. You're starting off with your own energy. The Laguz rune, which is the rune of water, color is deep green. Tarot association is the star, and astrology is the moon. The unconscious, intuition, mystery, psychic awareness, hidden sources of creativity, water. Ask yourself this question: how have I shown up in the world? Have I shown up in my strength? Have I shown up with my particular quirks, talents, and abilities being brought to the surface, standing in my water strength? Or have I allowed others to manipulate them? Or have I let others to reform them? If you feel that you're not where you should be, or there's something not right, it's time to make the mold fit you. And water, that may not be the most easy thing for you, but that's where this strength of the intuition and the unconscious, when you start to understand yourself at a deeper level, water, you form the mold. It's not the mold holding you in place. You're going to fix that thing. So think about that when you go through this week. How are you not being fulfilled in the world that you stand in? How are you not showing up the way you would like to be? Or flip it this way. How can I take steps this week to be the best version of myself? How can I touch into my heart, my soul, the deeper parts of who I am, and bring that light to the front and allow my watery nature to be seen in a healthy and powerful way? Doesn't mean to let the ego get involved. Ego needs to go find blocks. You need that thing for certain periods. This is not one of those times. But you do want to get more clear on how you show up in the world, and what does it mean for water, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, to show up in this way where their powers and their abilities are in their strength. And with the full moon type energy, you're going to have that coming in. And that's not even the full moon in this reading. That's what the energy I keep getting brought towards is tap into the full moon and allow it. There's not even a full moon this week. Maybe over the weekend. But allow that energy to influence and draw you into your high tide energy. Your second rune, sorry, I have a calendar over here that has the moon cycles on it, and it looks like it might be the first weekend in May, but I haven't actually looked too closely. Your second rune is the Kano rune, or the rune of torches and fire. Interesting, fire had Laguz, and you have water and fire. So water, fire, if you happen to be in a relationship, this is going to be a dynamic week. Things are going to go well, but there also could be a little bit of a boiling point. So hold that at a simmer and don't burn anything. We have color of light red. Tarot association is the Chariot. Astrology is Venus. Creative fires, awakening artistic impulses, passion, and sexual desires. Well, that ties into what I just said. So water, if you happen to be in a relationship with a fire, this is going to be we'll put a quote-unquote fun week for you. It's going to be a week where your passions are rising. When you have this kind of passion energy from the Kano, which is torches and fire, and the Chariot, there's a lot of speed. There's a lot of drive here. You know that it's time to stand into your authority as a water energy. That's Laguz. And when you start to really boil that, you bring that energy to the forefront, you start to influence others, because the force... I haven't been able to talk today. The force of your personality is going to be coming to the forefront. So you are in this state right now of not so much changing and transformation like some of the other elements are. Water, you're here as a revealing. You're here to peel away the mask that you've been putting on. Pisces, do your best, because you're going to be the ones, because you have so many masks. But peel away that mask and say, no, this is who I am. Like it or lump it, this is who I am, and I'm tired of hiding behind someone else's opinion of me. I'm not going to pour into your mold to fit it. I'm going to reform your mold to fit how I exist in this moment. You're going to continue, water, to move into higher and better states. We're not saying to make the world conform to you. We're saying reveal yourself as you truly are, and the world will come into your sphere, and you're going to work together to continue to improve. That's where the ego gets to go play with blocks somewhere else because it's not helping. But getting clear on who lives in your particular meat suit and allowing those gifts and talents to come forward and using that passion and that drive to reveal that to the world doesn't mean you have to be loud and boisterous, but you don't have to hide that light either, is what I keep hearing. So with that, I'm not actually getting anything for a general for the group other than go out there, stand in your authority, tap into source, and allow that light of the divine creative source to flow in and around you and be reflected into the faces of all those that you come into contact with. Allow that light to uplift your soul. Allow that light, that love, that compassion to reveal itself in every aspect of your life. And notice how your life shifts in the most interesting and positive ways. With that, I will see you in the next video. Have a great week.